Hey guys, how's it going? So I just wanted to make a quick video and say thank you so much to everybody who came out to the Secret Garden this past weekend. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time. I hope you enjoyed the production as well. I'm super honored that I was able to be part of Bryant Productions' first show ever, and you're gonna be expect to see great things from this company. They're so much fun to work with, and I can't wait for their next show. And I got to catch up with some people that I haven't seen in a really long time. So that was really nice as well. It was really nice to see you all, and I hope it's not a million years before I see you again. So I've been talking to a lot of people who have reached out to me after the show, and one big thing that keeps coming up is people keep saying to me, your voice must be so tired, because you know, if you came to see the show, you know, we had a very large orchestra. Our orchestra was 11 pieces, and we didn't have microphones. And people have been saying to me, your voice must be so tired. And yes, my voice is tired. And I kind of wanted to make a video today to talk about the stigma behind vocal fatigue. So to start off, you don't have to be a singer to find this video interesting. So if you are not a singer and just a regular person, you also have vocal cords, so listen up. Let's start with the term vocal cords. So vocal cords is actually an extremely inaccurate description of what your voice box contains. The term vocal cords is from the 17th century and was coined by a scientist who essentially made the analogy that your vocal cords are like the strings of a violin, and they make sound when the air passes across them, just like a bow would on a violin, which is not the case. What is more accurate is the term vocal folds. So you have these two really super thin pieces of skin in the middle of your voice box, and they sit together, and they're closed when there's no air going through them, and when there is air going through them, they vibrate and they make sound. So another term you've probably heard before is vocal nodules, or nodes for short. So nodes are an irritation that happens on your vocal folds. So essentially, after an extended period of really abrasive sound making. So essentially what happens is, if you were to, you know, go out and scream for, I don't know, an entire week, that's not advisable. And if you were to develop nodes from that, essentially what would happen is that on the inside of your vocal folds, you would get these like little bumps of irritation, like a rash. And when your vocal folds come together, they don't meet completely and make a perfect seal. So there's air that comes through all the time, and it creates this breathy sound. It's harder to control, and really the only way to treat it is months and months, sometimes years of vocal rest, or surgery, which can be extremely dangerous for someone who's a singer on something that is so tiny and so thin and so delicate. So let's talk about vocal fatigue a little bit. Your voice was made to be used. It was made to take a beating. It is not a delicate instrument. A lot of people treat it as such. And yeah, you have to take care of your voice. And there's going to be a lot of people who disagree with me on this point. But you do have to take care of your voice. But it is not like, if you go out and sing at a rock show, or if you go out and have a good time with your friends at a concert or a club and you scream a little bit, you're going to get nodes. That's not the case. The nodes will develop over an extended period of time of irritation. They're not just going to instantly appear. So one of the big stigmas about vocal fatigue is that you need to take, as a singer, you need to take extreme circumstances when your voice is tired. Your voice should never be tired, blah, 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 blah. You know, so singers, a lot of singers will do, you know, they'll do throat coat tea, they'll do a warm saltwater gargle, they'll do oil of oregano, which I do when I'm sick. But if you're not sick and you don't need to use your voice when it's tired, the best way for your voice to recover is vocal rest. That's all it really needs, is just rest and hydration. It's just rest and water, just like the rest of your body. You know, if you were your vocal folds, they're essentially a muscle. So when you work a muscle out at the gym, it gets sore. It's the same with your voice. If your voice is sore, you know, you get a little a little bit raspy, you get a little bit more breathy than you normally would, but all it takes is a little bit of recovery time, and you're good as new. There's no extreme circumstances unless you're super sick that you need to take. And sometimes you can actually do harm by taking extreme circumstances when all your voice is tired. If there's something else going on, or if you have a respiratory tract infection or bronchitis, some extreme circumstances may be necessary. But if you're just tired, you can actually do more harm. So one thing that people do a lot is honey and lemon. So the thing about lemon is it's an astringent, and astringents in your throat will help to remove mucus buildup from your throat and your vocal folds. But the one thing you have to understand about mucus is a natural function of your body, and it's actually there to help you heal and help you protect. It's kind of like an inside scab over an area that is irritated or an area that is injured that may need a little bit more protection. So you don't necessarily want to get rid of that mucus. It's there for a reason, and if you don't have to, you want to keep it because it's there and it's doing its job. So using astringents to remove mucus from your voice when you don't have to sing is actually not overly advisable. And a lot of people do that, and a lot of people see mucus and they're like, oh my God, there's mucus, I have to get it out of my body. That's not the case. Mucus is good for you. Now, that being said, if you have to sing, it's really hard to sing with a throat full of mucus. So yeah, things like oil of oregano, lemon tea, that sort of stuff, that's when those things come into effect. If you have to sing, and you need to be able to make an accurate sound, you need those extreme circumstances. But at the end of the day, all that's really needed for a tired voice is a little bit of vocal rest. Now, that being said, that this doesn't mean that you can go out for 3 weeks to a concert every other day and scream your face off and not expect there to be consequences. There's 100% absolutely going to be consequences. But your voice is not, I guess my point is that your voice is not as delicate as a lot of people think it is. So yeah, just think about that next time you're singing or next time you're speaking, and your voice gets tired. You may just need a little bit of time to heal and a little bit of time to get back to normal, and that's okay. That's perfectly normal and it's perfectly healthy. So that was just a couple of questions. One major question that I've been getting a lot about the voice and what you can do to make sure that you're taking care of it, and what's bad for your voice, what's good for your voice. If you guys have any other questions that you'd like me to answer, I'd be happy to do that for you. I've been classically trained since I was 8 years old. I've been taking voice lessons and learning about the respiratory tract and the vocal tract since I was a small child. So I've got a lot of useless knowledge, and sometimes I can make it useful. So if you have questions, regardless of whether you're a singer or not, and you want to ask them, feel free to slide into my DMs, drop a comment, and maybe I'll make another video and answer them for you. Okay, guys, have a great day, and thanks again for coming to The Secret Garden. I had so much fun, and I love you all. Bye.